Welcome to Rad, a daily reader for Reddit. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. LPT. Before you get married, have in-depth planning discussions around kids, money, housing, vacations, current debt, retirement, day-to-day expectations, pets, in-laws, transportation, and careers. Don't assume anything. Ask the questions. Ensure you are on the same page. Edit. My first golden O. So many awards. You are too kind. I am trying to read everything. Since many are mentioning it, this is not meant to be a written contract. Life changes people. Couples need to change with it. Some couples are great with communication and do it organically. Others may not think to ask. And learn there are major differences when it is too late. This tip is simply to ensure communication starts early and hits on all topics. Some you may not even realize are issues till you start talking about them. And to set a path for continued communication through the years. Take care of each other and yourself. Edit 2. A number of people have mentioned it, and dead_B4_quarantine called me out on it. Let's talk about sex. Baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things, and the bad things. That may be. Asterisk before you get engaged. I always did this early to spare myself obvious future headache. How early did you do this? Because there are things on that list I would not expect anyone to share until looking to move in together. It's my opening on Tinder. Knowing what your deal breakers are before you enter a serious relationship helps too. Figure out what you can and can't live with without prior to even getting engaged. It may mean some heavy, potentially uncomfortable conversations, but it also can prevent you from marrying someone who really isn't a good match for you. People in general don't tend to make wholesale changes, and finding the right person means not having to compromise on your values or theirs. My now wife and I had this exact discussion on our drive home from Charleston back to Boston. Very few disagreements and lots of mutual understanding. So happy for that talk and that I married that women. I would add all the big don't go there topics for coworkers. If you are going to get married to them, make sure you to discuss abortion, politics, aliens, religion, flat earth, video games, vaccines, LGBTQ. If it's okay to say a celebrity is hot, this goes a long way. You don't have to agree on everything. It's just good to have these topics out of the way and know there aren't any deal breakers. It's also a good gauge of relationship maturity if crucial conversations can be had without it having a major impact on other areas of the relationship. Edit. Thanks for the replies and for sharing your perspectives. I've learned from many of the comments. I hope you got as much out of my comments as I got out of yours, and I sincerely hope you enjoy your week with all that is going on in 2020. As a general aside to any comments such as what's wrong with _____, I feel this is a good example of why these topics bear discussion. I have, without expressing my own view, pointed out polarizing topics that have made many marriages harder because in courtship a couple avoided discussing those topics or assumed because they love that person that it doesn't need to be discussed. You don't have to take my advice, but it was advice that was given to me by people who had been divorced and wished they had done so sooner. I feel it qualifies as a LPT because it has helped me a great deal in my relationships. But take it as you will. I believe in fire breaks. That's all. People can fight about anything. Just ask my parents. They fought over if the blinds should point up or down when fully closed, which way the toilet paper should go. Sometimes I don't even know what they were fighting about. But it was traumatic, and they both agree that there were things they wished they had talked out more thoroughly before marriage. Just my 2 cents. Granting that couples can fight over literally anything, discussing polarizing topics can give you a glimpse into how well you will do in those stressful moments after the honeymoon is over. And I'm sure there will be some topics you don't agree on. But knowing beforehand is preferable to me in either case. These topics are a gauge of emotional maturity and ability to talk through feelings, and I would much rather have these discussions before I share a mortgage with someone or children. I would also add the advice my lunch lady gave me once. She made me promise to take my potential spouse kayaking because her first marriage, the guy was so sweet, etc., and her only glimpse at their marriage would be horrible was how poorly he acted when they went kayaking together. I kept my promise and I'm glad I did. Asterisk. Date someone who is capable of having these discussions and doesn't turn it into a fight or change the subject to avoid it. And for goodness sake, make sure you can agree on heater, AC settings. Yes, in fact, if anyone is interested, here is a list my girlfriend and I have put together, so far, of things we'd like to discuss with each other before getting engaged. Keep in mind it's specific to us, but I tried to generalize it for everyone. Talk finances, saving joint or separate bank accounts, budgets and spending, vacations, traveling, eating out habits, gifts, gifting, investments, retirement debts, wedding costs, preferences, marriage expectations, independence, spending time with both families, arguments, sex, pets, kids, how we're going to raise our kids, careers, work hours, family time, boundaries with friends or each other, politics, any serious problems, addictions you also should know about, prenup, what if one of us died, remarry, etc. Where will we live? Apartment versus home, house roles, shared or distinguished, chores and cleaning, dishes and cooking, household rules, beliefs, values, makeup, tattoos, piercings, Botox, natural diet and health, exercise, alcohol and drugs, religion, church, family sharing, family accounts, restrictions, tickle fights. Just kidding, but still, I'm also open to other suggestions anyone thinks we should discuss that's not listed. We have many more specific points within each one, but these are the main topics. On another note, with some of these, we obviously have to understand that things can and will change in the future, but we plan to at least use this to point back to in the future of our expectations and use as something to remind the other of what we discussed at the time. Thanks for watching Rad. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos, check out Rad too.